What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Token, and today we're back with more IBL action as we are here for our playoff round 2 matchup against Dan, coach of Chelsealeo. And I'm extremely excited to get underway. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in into today's battle. If you do end up enjoying yourself, definitely leave a like to help support the channel, as well as subscribe to the channel if you are new for more competitive Pokemon action. However, though, your support is greatly appreciated nevertheless. Anyways, those guys, I did want to quickly apologize about the lack of uploads. I do have more to say on it entirely, but I don't want to sit here and talk about that in this video. Today is for the round 2 battle. We are here for semifinals. That is what today's focused on, so I don't want to blab a bunch about that. Instead, I just will say I apologize, and I just want to further that and say a little bit of I also apologize for specifically apologize for no IBL battle and for a little bit. And the reason for that was that we beat not Dan, but what is his name? Automantic. We beat Automantic in the final week of the season, which secured us for that #1 seat in our conference, which gifted us a round 1 playoff bye. So not only do we have a bye, but then there was a decent amount of scheduling issues that just all started to arise right at this point in the season, which is unfortunate considering it's the most hyped time, it's playoffs. However, though, it was very understandable as school and stuff started to get underway. So unfortunately, the schedules in Noivern and Dan's matchup, Dan, who we played today, so you kind of know who won. The scheduling for them was just awful. I just could not find a time to get the battle done, which was very unfortunate, but like I said, still understandable. But unfortunately, that meant, obviously, we're waiting for the winner of that game, so that meant we couldn't get a battle up for you guys. And I do want to join another league. I like having 2 leagues at the same time, just in case anything's going on with one. You guys still have league action, but there might just be a whole of no league action on the channel for a little bit, which I do apologize about because I love league format. I do want to keep that content on the channel. I will start to go further out of my way to look for a league that we can maybe become a part of and hopefully have more fun. But yes, anyways, guys, that's the reason why there wasn't an IBL battle. Just scheduling issues on top of us having that round 1 bye. So we were already not going to play a week, and then the final week was like super hectic with like just a bunch of people like not caring anymore because they couldn't make playoffs, and just people taking forever to get their results in. So because of that, then even round 1 of the playoffs got pushed further back, which I thought was going to benefit me, because if we just didn't play that week, then that meant round 1 of the playoffs would have been played when I was in California for the Worlds in Anaheim, California. However, though, then there's those scheduling issues, so then it didn't line up. So just a little bit of a mess at the end of the season. However, though, we are here now, and Dan had a very solid win against Noivern. Noivern was doing a bit of over-predicting that ended up screwing him to the point where he ended up sacking his extra drill, and I do think he probably could have won that game if he would have done that, considering that Dan really played poorly around Primarina, I thought, in my opinion. Other than that, he played phenomenally, but around Primarina, I just felt like he should have brought a team that had a proper switch into Primarina, because he didn't even really have that. But however, because of Noivern sacking extra drill, it was Dan's game to lose from that point on. That's really his game to win. He was literally just not trying to lose at that point. So anyways, though, he won. He's an amazing battler. Our last game went completely down the wire, where the only reason we won was because my Sylveon lived on literally like 1 HP in our previous matchup, and I think it was like 1, 2, or 3, something along those lines. And then we were able to get a wish up, and then we were able to stay alive. And then that only mattered because of the fact that he also didn't have a poison type move on his Scolpede, which I do envision he'll bring this time around. But that also wouldn't have mattered. We would have just won the game if I wouldn't have made a, sorry about that, just had a little burp. If I wouldn't have had a terrible play where Dan tried to go for a taunt on my Sylveon, and I protected to scout what he wanted to go for Victini, because he brought it in kind of weird, and it was already kind of established earlier that Victini couldn't do much to Sylveon. So then I saw the taunt, and I was like, oh, he's definitely going to taunt again. It's the only way of him dealing with Sylveon. So then I switched into Crobat, and he made a fantastic play of just going on the offensive and going for Psychic then, and that O-Code our Crobat, and then that made it scary for us to win. And I only won because of no poison type move and living, barely living on that low amount of HP to end up winning that game. However, guys, we're just hoping that we don't make a bad play like that again this time, because I even made a bad play. Well, it wasn't a bad play technically, it was just unfortunate as I misclicked with Crobat. I just have bad Crobat luck as I misclicked with Crobat against Automantic in our final matchup of the regular season. And without that misclick, I do think I would have still won that game without the little bit of hacks that I was fortunate enough to get. So we're just hoping for better Crobat luck because we are bringing Crobat again, and then we're hoping that we just the sets that I did change from our previous matchup, that they come through very heavily for us. So let's just get right into it, guys. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Quickly, we'll go over Dan's team in case you are new or in case you don't remember it, because it has been a while since we played him, especially because of the lack of the videos. But Dan's team is going to whoa, sorry about that, guys. I got too excited and elbowed like everything near me. Anyways, Dan's team is going to consist of Victini as his Z captain, Hydreigon, Cobalion, Serena, Lantern, Licky Licky, Togekiss, Scolipede, Dugtrio, Electrode, and Piloswine. So a very, very threatening team. The main things that stick out to me when I look at this team is definitely Dugtrio, because I do have an electric type. I do have Heatran, 4 times Leak to Ground. So Dugtrio is just a solid Pokemon. And as we saw in the last matchup, in case you guys didn't see, I'll even spoil it for you guys, because these are things that that's going through my head, obviously, as I was prepping for this game. And he brought a really interesting Dugtrio set. He brought a natural gift with this like Hindu berry or something. Can't remember what berry it was, but it made his natural gift an ice type mood, which obliterated Garchomp. I've never seen HP fall that fast. Due to that, we lost Garchomp really early on and it wasn't able to do anything. So yeah, Dugtrio is just a monster just because of trapping. Trapping's so good in Pokemon. Not allowing someone to switch out is huge. So Dugtrio sticks out the most, first and foremost. After that, it's Togekiss, because Togekiss is just so freaking scary. If you're slower than it, even if you think you're like you can take it on, it can just set up on you and then go for air slashes. So that's very scary. And then it has the Hidden Power Ground, which I completely overlooked when I was prepping for it last time, and Heatran just got obliterated by that, which I thought was going to be a solid answer for it in a sense. Like, obviously it couldn't set up too much on me because of Aurora Sphere as well, but that really made Heatran worthless in the last matchup. And then Togekiss gets spread status and stuff like that. So Togekiss is a monster. It probably stands out the most after that. And then, of course, cannot forget, definitely Victini. Victini stands out the most after that, because Victini is a freaking monster, especially when it has a Z move to its disposal as well. That is not a Pokemon that you want to mess with. Thankfully, last time I was able to lead Miltank, which wasn't a good lead for me considering he had Victini out, but I was able to correctly predict that he would likely have a fighting type Z move. I was like, let's scout for it, and he did have the fighting type Z move for Miltank to try to obliterate it, and Sylveon was able to take that amazingly because he did. It was special oriented, as otherwise it would have been like Z Brick Break, and I don't know if that would have even killed Miltank. But Miltank doesn't have the best special defense, so obviously it makes sense why it was special, but Sylveon ate that up. So I'm hoping we can make some really good plays like that again. I'm extremely nervous for this game, but we'll see what happens. Let's hop into the team that I brought for you guys. And that team is going to start with, and I hope you guys do like that we're just on Throwdown now. I don't know why I was doing my team overviews in-game. It just doesn't make sense because you guys couldn't see the EV spreads. Now we get EV spreads and it just looks more clean. So anyways, guys, we are going to start out the team with our Choice Scarf, Rough Skin, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Outrage, Garchomp, whose EV spread is going to be 44 in HP, 252 in attack with an Adamant Nature, and 212 in speed. The reason I wanted to bring this was, one reason I do not want Hindu or whatever berry Dugtrio to be able to do that again. He might see this coming, however, I don't really know how he could stop it, because there's no chance he's going to, like, there's a chance, but it really wouldn't make sense if he ran Scarf Dugtrio. Well, no, that actually wouldn't work. If he has to run any other item than that berry, then his little natural gift thing doesn't work against Garchomp, and obviously he would have to run something other than that berry, because otherwise he doesn't, he wouldn't outspeed me, and if he's not able to outspeed me, then I'm able to OHKO Dugtrio with an Earthquake and with this investment that we currently have of 252 and an Adamant Nature. So that sounded really good to me, and I don't see him bringing Focus Sash. Obviously there is a chance that he might just definitely not try to bring that same set, as he's probably predicting that I'm going to predict or just bring something, so that's not an option again for him. So we'll see exactly what he brings, but I like Scarf Garchomp overall in this game, because Garchomp's actually slower than Cobalion as well without a Scarf. So that makes us faster than Cobalion. That makes us faster than Scarf Hydreigon. I'm pretty darn sure even a fully invested Scarf Hydreigon, we're faster than that. That just makes us faster than a lot of things. Faster than Scolipede before the speed boost. I even think after one we're still faster, but one more after that then we're not. So yeah, I really like oh, and then the 212 makes us faster than his entire team barring Scarf. So that's also faster than Electrode. I wanted to invest more in the defenses and go a little less in speed, considering Scarf gives you so much speed. But I thought just being, no matter what, being faster than Electrode just was the best course of action for me, because once again, I don't see Sash coming on Electrode, and I don't see Scarf coming on Electrode either, because it's so darn fast, and it's honestly hits pretty. Its speed allows it to be more offensive because it hits kind of like a pillow without being able to run modest, but since it has like a 150 base speed stat or something ridiculous like that, it is able to very rarely have to run a speed increasing nature, so then you can invest more in special attack. So I'm hoping that putting full investment in our speed to outspeed and Electrode ends up benefiting us to the point where we can also take that out, because that was one of his main things that can outspeed and just hit us with a hidden power ice. And I do not want that to happen. Garchomp's going to be huge for us in this game, as it wasn't able to do much last game, and that is part of why it was such a close matchup. So I'm hoping we can avoid that. Next is going to be Virizion, aka Kirby, and Virizion this week is going to actually be the exact same set I brought last time. I just think there was no reason to get too crazy or anything with this set, as Virizion did what it needed to last time, but I'm hoping it can do more this time. But I'm sticking with the Cobra Berry because I really don't like the thought of getting trapped by Dugtrio and it going for an Air Slash and being 4 times super effective, and either putting us on like 1 HP or either or just obliterating us if we didn't have the Cobra Berry. So with the Cobra Berry, which is the flying resist berry, that does allow us to take at least 1 air shot, no matter the set, even Choice Bandit, Dugtrio, and then we will be able to knock it out with a Leaf Blade once again, just like last time. And this time I'm hoping I can entirely avoid that. I'm really hoping Garchomp can catch Dugtrio off guard and KO it with an Earthquake. So that Virizion doesn't have to take that damage, even though I do have the Cobra. I just think Virizion, it's like a safety net, and I feel like Virizion does have a lot usefulness in this matchup. And I just want to make sure, yeah, we're good. I just want to make sure Virizion has a lot of usefulness in this matchup. A lot of things on my opponent's team do not take it on well, and I really want it to be at a good amount of health. For the Licky Licky as well, because Licky Licky is a little troublesome for my team to hit because it's so freaking bulky on that special end, and then bulky enough to still take hits on the physical side as well. So oh, and one thing I forgot on Garchomp is that I was thinking if I wanted some other weird random coverage move at the end, but then I realized that if I could get rid of Togekiss early, Scarf Outrage like really scares my opponent's team, so I just decided to go with Scarf Outrage. But Togekiss is scary. Togekiss is scary, so you definitely won't be going for Scarf Outrage unless Togekiss is gone. But once it is gone, I feel like that does have some definitely has some usage. But the Cobra Berry isn't only just for Dugtrio, as obviously Togekiss does have that Air Slash as well, so hopefully we can also take an Air Slash maybe if we do get to +2 with a Swords Dance, and then my opponent brings in Togekiss, and we pray we hit a Stone Edge. That's the main thing that scares me on Togekiss, is us missing Stone Edges. So I have a plan for that because I'm afraid of missing Stone Edges. But yeah, for Swords Dance up, Togekiss comes in. Hopefully we could hit the Stone Edge. If it doesn't kill, then we can tank out an Air Slash because of the Cobra, and then maybe even just go for a close combat after that, so that we don't miss another Stone Edge and we can keep our boosted Virizion. But yeah, I think Virizion has a lot of usefulness in this matchup. There's very few things on my opponent's team that actually want to take this on. Its coverage of grass, fighting, and rock pretty much hit my opponent's entire team super effective, at least what I think they're going to bring, or just hit something that's really weak like an Electro too hard. So we'll see if I can use that effectively. Next, we're actually bringing the exact same Crobat set as well. Crobat wasn't really able to be used anywhere near to its full potential last time because, like I just previously stated, I unfortunately brought it in on a Psychic, and it just got bopped, and it wasn't able to do anything. And I think I actually put a lot of time, effort, and thought into this Crobat set, and it wasn't ever revealed, so I felt no need to change it. And this Crobat set is going to be Brave Bird with Super Fang, U-Turn, and Roost with a Black Sludge and Infiltrator. The main thing, and Virizion was just standard on the EV spread, as you can see, 252 in attack, 252 in speed with a Jolly Nature, and 4 in HP. But Crobat's EV spread is going to be a lot more complex, as you can see, as it has 228 in HP, 28 in attack, 108 in defense with an Impinch nature, 4 in speed, and then 140 in speed and 4 in special defense. So I forgot what 140 allows me to outspeed. I literally just blanked that, but it's something important. I think it's Victini. Yeah, Victini. 140 allows me to still outspeed, I think, a max speed Victini, so I can still U-turn off of that, as I felt that was a huge deal. The reason that it's so bulky is because I was extremely afraid of like a Stone Edge or Rock Slide. Scolipede being able to like get up a speed boost and then maybe just try to run through my team, especially once things were weakened, and this kind of prevents that, as I can live one of any hit, and then I definitely bop Scolipede in return with a Brave Bird. So I feel like that was a solid option. Super Fangs just to get damage off on things like Cobalion, because that's the main thing that this is for, is Cobalion. I really lack good solid switch-ins into Cobalion other than a physically defensive Crobat. So this allows me to have an actually good switch into Cobalion. And it wasn't brought last time, but I feel like something will be changed up in my opponent's team this time. And I could possibly see it coming over the Electrode, but we'll have to wait and see what my opponent decides to bring. But yeah, take on Crobat, take on Cobalion, take on boosted speed Scolipede, couldn't think for a second, and just stick around and have longevity. I just think Crobat can do a lot for us in this game, and I'm excited to use it. But yeah, that's going to be it set. Next, we do get into Miltank, aka Whitney, and Miltank is actually also going to be the exact same set that we brought last time. I feel like Miltank, other than Sylveon, was like the MVP of the last game, as it was like one of our only ways of dealing with where's the mod? I'm dealing with Scolipede once Sylveon lived. I still couldn't stay in, and Miltank was able to deal with Scolipede extremely well. So that was solid for us, and it was also able to deal with Licky extremely well. So I really liked being able to do both of those things, as both gave us trouble otherwise in last time around. So I really like Miltank once again. I just still have to be careful with the Victini against it. Definitely have to scout again what Victini said is. Just hopefully I don't switch in Miltank again on like a Psychic or something, thinking that it's going to be physical and it's not. So hopefully I don't switch Sylveon in on thinking it's going to be special and it ends up being physical. So that's kind of the trick of Victini. It's so offensive that it just has those 100 base stats all around. So you kind of have to think, you kind of have to just scout and see, is it specially offensive? Is it physical offensive? Just have to wait and see what exactly it is going to be. But a Flare Blitz does, not a Flare Blitz, a V-Crate does way too much damage to Navi, so I'm hoping we could definitely avoid that if it is just going to be physical this time. So we'll see what my opponent brings. Hopefully I can play around it well. And this is just going to be the same set, 244 in HP, 244 in defense with a bold nature, and 20 in special defense. This just allows us to tank out so many hits that we need to tank out, and really just be a nuisance to my opponent's team with Seismic Toss, Toxic, Stealth Rock, and Milk Drink for a reliable recovery. Next is going to be Sylveon, and Sylveon is also rocking out with the same exact EV spread, just because it worked out way too well last time, and I saw no reason to change. And considering that the special defense bulk was just what we needed, I felt no need to maybe take less out of special attack and go more specially defensive. I felt like it was exactly what we needed, and it can just work out once again for us. The one thing with Whitney, aka or Miltank, aka Whitney, I was contemplating bringing Slowbro, but then I realized that if my opponent, I don't think he will, and I'm going to hate myself if he does and I didn't bring Slowbro, but I don't think he'll bring Bolt Strike, but I was just too afraid of the fact that he might bring Bolt Strike, and that's why I didn't want to bring Slowbro. So I thought he might have Energy Ball or Bolt Strike or some weird coverage for Slowbro, thinking I might change my strategy up a decent amount. And I don't want to go too outside of the box and end up screwing myself. I do feel like Winnie is just a better choice. I'm just afraid of a physical. I'm just trying to predict the Victini, but anyways, I was contemplating Slowbro, but if he has Bolt Strike, it ain't worth it. But anyways, I just thought Slowbro has a really good matchup outside of Bolt Strike, Victini, and obviously outside of Electrode. But if I get up Calm Minds, Electrode can't do enough, and I just feel like Slowbro can really just sweep through my opponent's team, other than the Togekiss maybe Air Slash flinching me out. So that was another reason that I kind of just said, I guess I'll lay off it. But anyways, Sylveon, Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, Hill Bell, Leftovers, and Pixelate. Again, this is our special defensive wall. We need to take those special hits for us as best as possible and put us in a very solid position to win this game. Last time it just came through, and I'm hoping it could come through again. This allows us to take the Zap Plate Thunderbolts from Electrode really good. We were taking out everything. I really wanted to fit on a different move so that soundproof Electrode didn't wall us, but I feel like Hill Bell was too huge of a deal, and I feel like it didn't fit on Miltank's move pool well enough. I feel like all those moves are needed. Toxic came through, Seismic Toss came through, Stealth Rocks definitely came through, and Milk Drink definitely need the reliable recovery. So it didn't fit on it, so I just decided to keep it on Sylveon, but I do think it'll still work out well. And then this is the one Pokemon that we didn't bring last time that we are bringing. We dropped Heatran, as like I said, because of HP Ground Togekiss, and ended up doing absolutely nothing. And Togekiss just scares me in general. So I'm hoping that Heliolisk could be our somewhat of a safety net. Hopefully we got a little bit of damage off on the Togekiss first, because if it's boosted up and has no damage, then obviously an Aurora Sphere is going to kill us after we go for a Thunderbolt. But pretty much going for Stone Edge on that thing, with it having its possibility of setting up and everything, it just really scares me. So I wanted like a backup answer of being able to hit it super effectively rather than just kind of Stone Edge on Virizion and Garchomp, and this is what having Heliolisk allows us to have a stab, super effective Thunderbolt hitting that thing. And obviously I have to bring the Shed Shell just so that I don't just get trapped and lose this thing right after it like comes in, because he could just go right into Dugtrio and then think he's gonna knock me out. Thankfully though, I can obviously avoid that with the Shed Shell. So I have to bring the Shed Shell on Heliolisk, which is what Dugtrio does too, so that's why that thing's a monster. Dry Skin, don't really think it'll come into effect unless Lantern's brought, but that would definitely take me by surprise. Moopool is going to be our moveset. It's going to be Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Surf, and Focus Blast. I really wanted to bring Glare for the Dugtrio switch-in, because once that thing's glared, it's not a threat anymore at all. But the reason why I didn't do that is because I definitely need a Focus Blast for the Licky Licky switch in, as that thing's definitely going to be switching in. And once it's at maybe a little bit lower amount of health, I want to just be able to predict it coming in and kill it. But then I decided that Surf made more sense overall, because I can surf the Dugtrio on the switch in if I do predict that, and that will obliterate it. And I can also surf the Victini, because I am going to outspeed it unless it does turn out to be Scarfed. So I'm also going to outspeed the Victini and be able to go for a Surf. So I feel like the coverage overall kind of did what I wanted it to do, what I wanted Glare to do, kind of just nuke something, but this can end up just getting rid of it, which is even better than just glaring down a super Pokemon that relies heavily on its speed. So I'm hoping that works out, especially because Licky Licky ran Hill Bell last time, so Glare probably wasn't the best choice. But I'm just definitely hoping this works out. And hopefully I can maybe get a Surf prediction. That'd be really cool. But yeah, Heliolisk EV spread is going to be 252 in special attack, 4 in special defense, and 252 in speed. And another thing that Heliolisk brings to the table that I really like was that Crobat found a lot of trouble getting in the game, like finding spots where, alright, I want to bring in Crobat here. There was rarely few occasions. It's more of like a defensive in this game rather than like something that's constantly getting me momentum. And I feel like Heliolisk can actually be that for me, as an offensive mon that's getting me momentum by going for Volt Switches. My opponent will have to be cautious about Surf when I do go into this. So I'm hoping that being able to go for Volt Switch on a lot of things does allow me to get that initiative that I was lacking in the last game, and I was just having to do switches. So maybe I could actually get some good initiative that can end up making the difference in this game. And then on top of that, the EV spread is 252 fully. I did want to go like Modest or something, but the only way I'm able to outspeed Cobalion, as it is a base 108 and Heliolisk is a 109, is with 252 in speed. And I thought with the chance of me being able to get a Focus Blast and kill that thing, or just go for a Volt Switch for switch initiative on it, I thought that just was better than trying to get more offense out of this thing. So hopefully Togekiss is out of health where this thing can still revenge it. And I don't end up regretting my life for not putting more investment in its offenses. And hopefully Heliolisk could come through for us and just put a lot of pressure on my opponent's team. So this is the team, guys. It's going to be Garchomp, Virizion, Crobat, Miltank, Sylveon, and Heliolisk. Hoping this is the best. This is the team that I'm hoping this team leads us to the victory spot, and I'm hoping to be in the championship for you guys. It's been one wild ride, and I'd hate for it to end here. So I'll see you guys at the game. Let's see what we can do. What's up, guys? So let me fix my camera. A little bit down. All right. What's up, guys? We're all here for a matchup against Dan, aka Sir Hawker, our Hawk, coach of Chelsealeo, in our rematch, which is going to be round 2 semifinals of the IBL playoffs. Extremely hyped. Ooh, guys, this is exciting. And looking at his team, he did decide to bring the Cobalion this time. He also decided to bring the Serena, not Togekiss, which makes me wish I brought Heatran. And oh my lord, he brought a completely different team than I was thinking. He also still brought the Electrode, and I was thinking Cobalion over Electrode. Alright, so no Dugtrio, and that makes a lot of sense. No Dugtrio actually makes a ton of sense. So no Dugtrio. No Togekiss though. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with no Togekiss, but the Serena does kind of wall Garchomp now though. It kind of definitely does. And even no, Verzion shouldn't have too much trouble with it after Swords Dance, but Serena definitely walls them. Alright, what do we want to lead with in that scenario then? I might just lead Serena. Should I just lead Garchomp and maybe try to catch him off guard with... Yeah, I'm gonna lead Garchomp and hopefully catch him off guard with something being not being scarfed that doesn't expect my Garchomp to be scarfed. So we'll see if we can do that. Let's get rid of Togekiss. Let's browse. Let's get Electrode in there. Goot. Alright, and he leads the Cobalion. As we lead Garchomp, I'm gonna make this ball smaller. There we go, perfect. So I have no reason to overpredict here. I just go for Earthquake. See how much damage this does. I know it doesn't kill, but that's fine. That is fine. Oh, the nerves super set in. Alright. Cobalion. So it's offensive pivot. Actually has a chance to kill if it's offensive pivot, so I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake. Can we kill? Oh! Oh, he Sash? Not Sash. Alright, he really wanted his rocks. Alright, that's fine. No Doug Trio, let's go Serena. Alright. And what else am I missing? Something else I got wrong. No, that's the teaming bot. Alright, cool. What does he bring in on this now, though? Pretty much has to be Licky Licky or the Serena. Easily could see the Serena. What do I want to go in on that, though? What do I want to go into on that, though? I think my Sylveon would be a good choice. Yeah, but I don't want to overpredict, so I'm just going to go for another Earthquake. Just going to go for another Earthquake. He likely goes into Serena, but I see no reason to go into Sylveon on a Cobalion, even though that is the switch I would prefer to go to. I could kind of go for Crobat as well, but I don't like the fact that rocks are currently up, so I'm going to avoid that since rocks are currently up. Gotta limit our switch-ins into Crobat, considering that we do have Roost, obviously, but still we're not that fast, so we might underspeed some things that try to go for attacks on us. So yeah, we're just gonna have to be careful. And my gun is too high. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Does go into the Serena as predicted. I didn't want to make any over predictions though. I guess it was an easy prediction, but at the same time, though, it's too early in the game for me to be doing all that. So now Serena doesn't get anything, I'm pretty sure. No, it doesn't get anything. It does get U-turn though. I might just go for that now though. Yeah, I'm Earthquake again. I see it going for U-turn. Definitely see a U-turn. Or Synthesis. If it's gonna go for Synthesis, just show me Synthesis. But I just don't want it to get a free U-turn off. I want to go for damage and then maybe even get Rough Skin damage off if it's gonna go for U-turn. So I'm gonna stay in. Oh crap! This thing gets Play Rough. I forgot that this thing gets Play Rough. All right, that might have been a bad play, but I don't think he's gonna predict me to stay in. But I did forget that this thing gets Play Rough, and I don't think that kills it if it is defensive. Oh crap, that obliterates us. Oh no, I'm looking at a 5. I'm looking at the wrong set. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. As long as it's not offensive, we're fine. Oh, and it went for Play Rough? Alright, we tanked that though. Oh, just another kill. Another just might kill this thing. I think I have to go for it. Because this thing's going to be a pain. Yeah, I gotta go for it. Please kill, please kill, please kill, please kill, please kill, please kill. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Serena gone. Let's go. Shaking so much, it's so hard to write. But I decided that instead of doing the little red checks throughout the video, I would just rather edit the check marks in after the video and have them look a little bit more polished, like most people happen to do on their video. I don't even know how to word that, but that's what I'm going to do instead. So instead, I'm going to be writing my team down and then just crossing out my opponent's team as we go, so I can still know what's went down instead of having to put the checks. Even spell Serena. Serena. Then we got Victini and Lucky. So that was huge, guys. That was huge. That was huge. Being able to take that out. Very, very big play. Now let's check out Licky and how much damage we can actually do to this thing. How much damage can we do to this thing? Let's see. I'm gonna switch into Miltank. Switch into the boy Miltank and tank out whatever this thing wants to go for. But I still want to know for future reference how much we can do to the assist. I just kind of didn't want to waste too much time. Facade. Ooh, he brought Facade this time. Okay. Alright. I like that. I like the change. It's a very interesting change. Very interesting change. Let's definitely change the set to this. Something like calm or something. Careful, I mean. Garchomp would have done almost over half if he's fully just specially and bulky. We set up rocks though. Start play 100%. So then the Cobalion can't even switch in because he doesn't have hazard removal. So he probably went into Cobalion here, actually. Yeah, he went into Cobalion. So that's a bad play on mine. Should have definitely saw that coming and should have just went offensive. Definitely goes into Cobalion. Only way he still gets usage out of this thing is by going into it right there. What do I want to go into now for it? Because like I said, I don't have the best switches into Cobalion. Then with rocks too, that's an issue. So yeah, that was a really bad play on my end, not just going offensive for the Cobalion. Yeah, I have to go on a Crobat. Don't have a choice. Yeah, that was a bad play on my end. Bad play. Should have just went for Seismic Toss. Very obvious. Ooh, and he just goes for Volt Switch. I did not expect that because he can't. Oh no, Serena has Rapid Spin. I'm dumb. I am dumb. Serena has Rapid Spin. And now he probably goes into Electrode. Ooh, getting this thing back up to a decent amount of health is going to be hard if he goes into Electrode here. There's no reason for him not to, though. Other than if he fears the Garchomp switch in too much. But even then, like, I still have to switch this out because I don't even think I could. Yeah, I don't even think I live in Hentai Ice at this point. Let's go Crobat. Let's go Sure. Oops. Try to keep this in my lap as this game goes on. Keep that in my lap. Alright. Let's go ahead and put ice. Yeah, it definitely does too much damage. What does he have? Oh, he has a Scolipede for Virizion. So do I just go into Sylveon here? Because at least he won't be able to get, yeah, let's go into Sylveon here. This Sylveon to scout out and tank the hit. He probably goes for Volt Switch. There's no reason for him not to go for Volt Switch. And he does go for the Hidden Power, thinking I'd make the Garchomp play. Not down because you killed either. You killed either. Either would have died there. Would he make that play twice in a row though? Just really lack switch-ins into Garchomp, like really. I don't think he does. Ballsy plays. I'm going right back into Garchomp. Taunt. Let's go. Let's go. Once again. Do I go for Outrage maybe though? Outrage definitely still kills this thing. The question is, can I get enough damage off on Licky Licky without going for Outrage? Well, there is the freaking yeah, I wouldn't want to be locked into it, and then there's the chance that oh no, I forgot. I got rid of Serena. So yeah, he definitely. Oh, he's just sacking. All right, cool. All right, so we get him to sack the Cobalion, which is really good. Would Facade take me out? Look at Facade. And I'm at 58 out of 183. 58 out of 183. What percent is that? I'm like 30%. It says if he's. I have such a small chance. And let's go if I got leftovers. Yeah, I almost can't O-code. I mean, 2-hit KO him. So it's not worth staying in. I definitely go back into Whitney. So we got two things down. We have the Serena down, and we have the Cobalion down. So not a bad start at all. At all. Just still very afraid of what Victini could be, of what the yeah, mainly what Victini. What does Victini have up its sleeve? Yeah, there's no reason for me to stay in here. And question of the day, guys, almost forgot. Question of the day is going to be favorite team member access. At the beginning of the season, I felt it was a good idea to ask it again. Who is your guys' favorite team member so far this season? As we've been riding it out so far. This goes for an earthquake. Can we eat that? Yeah, we eat that too. Eat that for breakfast. He likely goes to Victini here, but I'll take all those Victini switch-ins I could get. So I'm not going to go on the offense. Should I just go offensive? Because he really didn't do any damage to me. He really didn't. Now, keeping this at a good amount of health is more important, so I will just go for milk drink. But yeah, I asked that at the beginning of the season. I felt it made sense to ask you guys again. All right, yep, he had to bring that in. So I guess I could have went for the seismic toss and got more solid damage off on this thing, but I didn't feel like it was the time yet. What if I went for a nail though? Is that a bad play? Because I don't know what this thing is. I think no matter what, I go into Sylveon. I feel like Sylveon's more expendable than Miltank at this point, to be completely honest. To be 100% honest, he might just U-turn, but the more I can get this to switch in, the better. And I can't really see him going for U-turn on a Rocky Helmet user, as my camera's still a little too high as I lean down throughout my video. But yeah, I can't really see him going for U-turn on a Rocky Helmet user. So I do think staying in is actually the incorrect play. So I will switch into Sylveon and see what he actually wants to do here. Because either way, then if he switches out, that means he's just going to have to switch in again. And we get the definite chip damage that we want off on this Victini. His Rapid Spinner is gone. Mean Ball, or what are you going to? Wiggler? Oh, okay, that's a good play. That's a good play. But this is also going to take rocks, and it doesn't like taking rocks because it is going to be a poison type, so it also doesn't want to take those rocks. This thing's actually scary though, now that I'm realizing how low our Crobat is. Crobats are like main answer to this thing. So this thing's actually really scary now that I'm looking at it. This thing is scary. Obviously I didn't state it earlier, but it does really suck that our item is being wasted now on our item's going to waste on our Helios since he didn't bring Ductrio. But it makes sense. I had a lot of prep towards Ductrio, so it makes a lot of sense that he didn't bring it this time around. But no Togekiss as well means that alright, and he just goes for Swords Dance. I feel like we can tank out hits from this thing now. Depends on what it goes for though. How much is an Earthquake gonna do? Alright, this is getting scary. Scolipede. Oh, you Swords Dance, and then it's at +2. At +1, but +2. And at level 15. Level 15. Ooh, no, okay, I was looking at the wrong Pokemon. I was like, what? Mega Horn should not OHKO us. Oh, Mega Horn still does heaps of damage though. I think I should let him take Rocky Helmet. I don't think he Swords Dances again. I think he has to go for damage. Would he literally Swords Dance again? Because if I don't go for Seismic Toss and he Swords Dances again, then I'm an idiot. I'm going to go for Seismic Toss. As he does go for Mega Horn. I should have. Ooh, that's damage. This thing may just beat us though. I think we lost this thing. I have no priority on my entire team. Oh, and he didn't miss. How do I not lose this? I have to pray he doesn't have a poison type move, but he obviously has Mega Horn, Rock Slide. Let me look at Garchomp again. This thing is... This thing's +2. It's not even just 1.5, it's +2. There's no way Garchomp outspeeds it. I think I literally have to pray he doesn't have a poison type move with Sylveon. But why would he not? He didn't have it last time and it screwed him. There's no way Garchomp outspeeds this either. I think I lose. I think I literally just lose to Scolipede. And the rocks damage, I think that's even too low of health, even if he doesn't have the poison type move. I'm gonna protect first. Does he just have it? He does, he has poison jab. Rough Skin's not going to do enough damage to take this thing out. I literally lose to this. God dang it, guys. I needed to Milk Shrink on that first turn, because then he would have took that damage and then he would have had to have went for another Mega Horn. Dang, that's such an unfortunate way to lose, but that's Scolipede for you. And I just said how scary Scolipede was with the fact that our Crobat wasn't at a good amount of health. Oh, it's just not enough. I have no priority, I have no sash, I have nothing. I have nothing for this Pokemon. Oh man, guys. Yeah, I have nothing to stop this. There's no way Helios can overhit. Ah, that's so anticlimactic. We started it so good, and then because I didn't make one play. Because I didn't make one freaking play. He has Rock Slide, Mega Horn, Poison Jab. And Mega Horn obliterates freaking... I guess it's worth looking at Rock Slide. Probably not either. Rock Slide, and then change that to Poison. Poison Jab. All of his moves OHKO. Helios can't live anything. Dang. That's game. GG's to Dan. It came down to one Pokemon that I just was a little ill prepared for, considering that Rocks got up and my best answer to this thing just was too worn down, especially because of the fact that I also made the poor play of having to switch in Crobat in on Cobalion. So yeah, it was way too worn down. And with Swords Dance anyways, as soon as I got the Swords Dance up, I'm slower, so that was gonna run through us either way. So yeah, GG's to him. GG's, man. I guess I could have tried to bring some form of priority or something of that sort, but I don't really have priority on my team. That is a fault of my team. It kind of lacks priority. I really don't, other than obviously going for Milk Drink on the turn he first attacked, as I knew I probably should have went for, but that was just a little too afraid of him going for a second Swords Dance, realizing that I might do that, and I didn't want a chance. I thought there was a higher chance of me throwing the game if I would have went for a Milk Drink there and he Swords Danced than him just attacking and then me just losing outright through that. I I didn't evaluate the situation enough, and that is completely on me. So GG's to him. Just really good, really good playing on his end. Not much else to say. He can't miss a poison jab, and like I said, even if I did have Sash, the hazards get rid of all of it. So everything is going to die to Scolipede, and your playoffs will be between him and probably no offense to I don't know, the coach of the Victini, I always forget his name, but probably will be against him and Automanthic, because Automanthic was an amazing battle that I played throughout the season. But yeah, it's definitely going to be the end of our run, guys. It was an amazing run. We had an amazing season. I definitely don't think it just all goes to waste. We had a really good ride, and it's just unfortunate that it came down to just such a 50-50 call that I just had to call, and I didn't realize the significance of the call at the time. So it was a fun season. Sorry that I didn't have a battle for so long, and then I finally upload one, and it's a loss. But however, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Once again, all due respect to oh god, I could have just went into this and he would have still went for Rock Slide. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. He didn't have to. You gotta be kidding me. You could have just went for Poison Jab on this. I didn't think he would make that play. I would have went into this literally. Oh, my lord, I didn't think he'd make that play. Well, that's still the game. That's terrible now. Now I feel even worse because I didn't think he'd make that play. I thought he would have literally just went for Poison Jab because he didn't need to. He's at +2. And no reason to have to go for Rock Slide there. That's still a game, but oh man, I should have just went into Crobat right away. I didn't think he'd still feel like he had to go for Rock Slide. Yeah, we're gonna lose 3-0 to Dan, aka Sir Hawker, coach of Chelsealeo. Amazing rematch. GG's to him. Really cool. Really awesome set he brought on the Scolipede this time, realizing that Scolipede just put so much pressure on my team, and it made a lot of sense to run a boosting move for it rather than not having a boosting move, and definitely having that poison stab. That was the main change he really needed to make on his Scolipede set. I don't know. That is honestly really shitty, though, that he still went for Rock Slide there, and I could have just went to Crobat and stopped all of that. I thought he would have realized that to +2 Poison Jab would have still took me out. I would have definitely still took me out. Let me just double check. That makes me feel really stupid. Yeah, it's definitely at the health where a +2 Poison Jab would have taken me out. Yeah, he had no need to go for Rock Slide there. Obviously, I needed it to miss as well, and it just so happened to miss. But I definitely didn't think he would still make that play, because if I thought he would have made that, I definitely would have just went into Crobat right after the sweeping started to happen, and then I could have definitely still won that game if he would have just made that play, missed, and then we could have kept moving on. So that honestly sucks that I had to see that miss. I would have much rather it just hit. It would have been better for my my ego here. Help me. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning in into the IBL this season. It was fun bringing it to you guys. Just sorry I couldn't finish it out, and I guess I got a little rusty from the time off from not having a battle. But anyways, guys, thank you for supporting. I guess I'll see you in the next league that we do have, because we're not going to have one for now. Check out the other videos on the channels. We should have stuff going up for you guys. For now, I'm going to get the heck out of here. Thank you guys for everything. Peace. Oh, and thank you to the IBL as well for this amazing season and just for so much fun. Definitely plan on enjoying it again next time around. But once again, peace.